Here we are again. Oh, hello, Laura. I don't know if this is the first time you've joined us. We had, as always, it seems to be problems with connecting. I think it's because I'm out in my in the space which is out in the garden, and I do believe the problem is that the Wi-Fi out here is a bit dodgy, so I need to turn the Wi-Fi off of the phone, which is what I did, and the phone then leapt yet again off the stand that it's on, so let's hope that it stays there now. Anyway, okay, so what I'm going to do is a little bit of an experiment for you today. So I'd like to, first of all, we'll do the heart balancing just to get us nice and relaxed. So let's put this on. Yes, so the whole part of the point of heart balancing is to get the body nice and relaxed and ready for this meditation. And obviously the whole point of meditation really is to take us out of the human body part of us and to get us sort of connecting to the spiritual part of us. So the spirit having a human experience bit of us. So if you just take a nice deep breath and out and in again and out. So just keep those deep breaths going all the way through, and you can keep your attention focused partly on the breath as well as we go through all the different stages of the meditation that we're going to do. So just in and out. And the one thing to think about is, I appreciate you are breathing in either through the nose or the mouth. You can do either. I tend to do the mouth. My breathing's not wonderful through my nose, but if you like to, it's in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now, what we really want to encourage is what's called a womb breath. And that womb breath means that you're breathing from below right down, you can imagine where. So there's a channel right the way up, and it goes right through all the chakra, joins all the chakra, and comes eventually right out the top. Hi there again, Maggie. Sorry about that. Chaos as ever. So nice deep breaths, and then if you can imagine these are coming from below as opposed to through your mouth or nose, and you can breathe in through your mouth or nose, it doesn't matter which. So just put your hand on your heart, in and out. And the words for this are care, appreciation, and compassion. So again, nice deep breaths. You're letting your body know that you're in a safe place, because your heart, as it slows down, gives signals to the brain that you're safe. Concentrate on the breath. In and out. The color is green, and this is the heart chakra that we're balancing. Okay, So we're going to do a little bit of an experiment here. Where shall we start? Yes, let's start right down at the root chakra. Okay, so we'll get the color going. So again, if you haven't been here before, we are doing chakra meditation. And within the chakra meditation, there are different elements. There's the color, which suddenly has started showing properly now. I think it's because the camera's further away. There's the sound. We have a different sound, which is actually a different note for each chakra point. We have different words. There are different hand positions, but we tend not to do those because obviously I'm partly hidden. So we'll just concentrate on the color, the words, and the sound. But there is one other element, and I'm going to give you a little bit of an experiment to try this out. So, first of all, we'll just start up with the root chakra. Okay, so if you can, again, get your breath going nice and slowly, but this time you're breathing in from below, right up into the sort of sitting bones. So if you imagine, you can feel yourself sitting on your chair or wherever you are. And if you imagine your spine is going right through the chair and is right down into the center of the earth, if you like, that connection, precisely where you are actually touching the chair is just about where the first chakra point is, the root chakra. Okay? So we're going to do it first with one of the elements missing, and we'll talk about that afterwards. So we'll turn the volume up a wee bit. So here we go. So nice deep breaths, and if you can imagine you're breathing into this area that you're just down where you're sitting. It's the right down at the root by your sitting bones, okay? So here we go. So we're breathing in and out. In and out. And you can probably feel where your backside is sitting on the chair. That's the area that we're talking about. So the color is red. Now the words for this area, keep that breathing going, are courage, vitality, and self-confidence. So this is the chakra, the area of tribe, of blood. So courage, vitality, self-confidence. This is where this originates, down in this first chakra area. And we have the note C, so you can hear the chant going on. And the seed sound is lam, so it's lam. Keep your breath going. Courage, vitality, self-confidence. The sort of self-confidence that brings you to something like this, that leads you maybe to finding your feet when, after whatever happened for you that led you to finding your feet, you needed that courage to go there. And this is the first chakra area. Okay. Now, what we're going to do today, we're going to move straight on to the heart, and there's a specific reason for this that will become clear in a little while. Okay? So I want you to keep your hands on your knees, just flat on your knees, or your hand, or whatever is there for you. And we're going to go straight to the heart. So just think of your heart, middle of your chest, slightly to the left, I guess. And the breath comes right from below, right up into the heart, and then out from the heart. Okay, so we go. So again, this is the womb breath, where if you imagine it just comes right in from below and up into the heart, and then out from the heart as you breathe out. And this time the color is green, which is the color of nature. And the words for the heart are empathy, love, forgiveness, and compassion. Empathy, love, forgiveness, and compassion. So that green color is so good to be out in nature. And whenever you're out in nature, you can just start this breathing process. Think of your heart and the words love, forgiveness. Forgiveness, it's really for the self. You can also think of the word acceptance, which is a great one, because if you accept everything, then basically you have nothing to forgive. And that acceptance is a hard place to go. So self-forgiveness is what we're talking about here. And love, empathy for others, compassion. And it's yam. So it's yam. And with the heart, this is up the note F. Yam. Okay. So, as I say, we're doing something slightly different today, so don't worry, we will come back and do the full one. So now, what we're going to do is we're just going to do one more. We're going to nip up very quickly up into the third eye. So the third eye is the point between your eyebrows. This time the color is a beautiful color of indigo. You can see it shiny off my head. And you can see it sort of around there. It's a beautiful color of indigo. So this chakra is the chakra of spirituality. So if you can breathe in again, right the way from below, right up into the third eye, and then out. And the words are spirituality, transcendence, and perception. So Shona is just asking, is the video kept on the page for later? Yes, it is. So you can do this later if you like. So here we are again. Keep breathing. And out from the third eye. Spirituality, transcendence, and perception. That color is indigo. And the sound is on. So it's on. Okay. Now, I'm going to stop you. So, click back into the room. So, we have been missing a major element here. And now what I want to do is just take you very quickly back, putting that element back in and see how different it feels for you. Okay, so let's start where we are at the moment. We're up in the the third eye chakra. So this time what I want you to do, before we do it, I want you to touch that third eye point. So it's the point in between your eyebrow. So touch that point to bring awareness to the third eye. So let's put the music back on again. Okay. So this time we touch the third eye and we imagine the breath coming up into that point and then out from that point. So at any time during this, just feel free to just remind yourself of where that chakra point is. And then just do the breath. And with that awareness on the point, I don't know if you find it so much easier to deal with this chakra point. So we have spirituality, we have transcendence from the human into the spiritual, and there's the point. And so the air flows in and then out through that point. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, we're going to stop there again, and we're going to go back to the heart. And this time, what we're going to do is put both hands, or one hand if you don't have two. Now, if you don't have any, I'm not quite sure what happens, so you're going to have to use your imagination big time, unless you have anybody else in the room who can touch you on the heart. So this time, press your hands against your heart or your hand, and this time breathe in right up into that point. The chakra point is actually back on the spine, but this gives you a real good feeling of where it is. Okay, so breathe in and then out from that heart point. So you're seeing that the touch brings awareness to the point, and it's really important. It's an important part of the chakra meditation, is to draw attention to where each point is. Okay, so the words empathy, love, forgiveness, compassion. So I don't know how that feels for you. So we're going to do one more. We're going to go back down to the root chakra. So, and then we're going to go right the way through. So we're back, there we are with the red. So this time, we're talking about the pelvic floor muscles. So, you know, what if you go into the loo and you need to stop, you know, you can actually flex those pelvic floor muscles. Well, that's precisely where the chakra point is. So if you can do that, that gives you a really clear positioning of where the chakra point is for that root chakra. So if you do that, you flex your pelvic floor muscles and go, right, okay, I know where that chakra point is. And if you think of, in fact, that chakra point is directly below all the other chakra points that lead right up. So you can imagine as you go up into the second chakra, it's directly above the first chakra point, so it's actually on your spine. Okay? So this time we breathe, flex out the pelvic floor muscles, and we breathe in to that point and out. We have courage, vitality, and you can feel it if you flex that muscle there. Courage, vitality, self-confidence, this is that massive area. And if you don't have much confidence there, it's a great thing to practice. Sit with something red. If you're in a car, sit at the traffic lights and just stare in, and you can flex those pelvic floor muscles and breathe slowly. Okay? So, I just thought we would do that experiment before we started, just to show you that the actual touch really does bring the attention, allows you to draw the attention to the different points. For example, if I say the Crown Chakra, well, doesn't really do very much, but if as soon as I touch the top of my head, then suddenly, okay, that's where the Crown Chakra is, and it becomes really apparent. Okay, so let's go through the whole thing. So I won't stop anymore. So it may have felt a bit strange. So I'm sorry if it's your first time that that wasn't the proper meditation. That was just giving you an idea of the difference in actually touching and knowing where these different chakra points are. Okay? So we shall start again. If my music starts, it is. It's quite exciting. We've got 25% left on my phone. Do we think it'll last? Yes, of course it will. Okay, so nice and relaxed. Deep breaths in. So again, we're down on the root chakra. So if you just flex those pelvic floor muscles and breathe into that point and out. Now there's another thing that happens. There's also a band of energy. If you imagine you have a rubber tire around your hips, if you look down, that energy band actually moves from right to left, so it's moving clockwise around, okay? If not, you can imagine it just expanding energy outwards in every direction. So, flex those pelvic floor muscles, we breathe in and out, and you keep the breathing going and keep your attention focused on that point. And the color is red, the color of blood, the color of tribe. And the words are courage, vitality, and self-confidence. And it's different seed sounds. I think I'm just going to do Om for each one, actually. I won't use the different ones. So they are Om. So the root note is the note of C. So the scale we're going to do is actually the scale of C, in the key of C. The color is red. You're breathing into that pelvic floor area, your first chakra. It's the root chakra. Nice deep breaths. Courage, vitality, self-confidence. I'm keeping the hand position as the Om hand position. So it's thumb and your middle finger, which is for abundance. We'll do that most of the way through here. Okay, so we're going to move on to the second chakra. So this time we're keeping the breaths going, but we're moving up just a couple of inches below the belly button. And this time, so the chakra point is, don't forget, back on the spine, a couple of inches below the belly button. Now for the women, this area, this is obviously the sacral sexual chakra, and it's right from below. So for the women, it's sort of ovaries, womb, lower belly. For the men, testes, lower belly. And so you just breathe into that area and out from that area. This time you can imagine a hoop of energy going around. So the lower one is still going, but there's another layer of energy above it, just spinning slightly faster in a clockwise direction from left to right. Van is the seed sound, but we'll keep it to Om. The color is orange. So this second chakra. The words are temperance, which is moderation in all things. And then self-control, which sort of supports moderation in all things. And then we have creativity. So this is the creative chakra. So we have temperance and self-control supporting this massive energy of creativity. And hence this is the sexual sacral area. Keep that breathing going into that second chakra area and then out from that area. In either through your nose or your mouth, it doesn't matter, and then out. And you're doing it from this area down below, even though obviously factually you're breathing out from your mouth. So the words again are temperance or moderation, creativity, and self-control. The color is orange, and that's the sacral chakra. Okay, so we're moving on. Let's see if we can get a nice yellow light. I think that's as yellow as I can get. Okay, so we're moving now a couple of inches above the belly button. Okay, just a couple of inches above, and again back on the spine. So if you can imagine that area, and again, if you just tweak those pelvic floor muscles and imagine it directly up above, and it's at the level a couple of inches above your belly button. So breathing in to that area and out, and into that area and out. Now this time we have the color of yellow. So there's if you imagine a small sun right in there on that spine, and it's pulsating energy outwards in every direction, all the way around, 360 degrees. So breathing in, and then out. So massive energy in this area. It's the human digestive area. So this is where you create all the energy for your life force, really, where you convert the food into energy. So the words, so keep the breathing going. And the words are self-esteem, leadership, generosity, breathing going, optimism, and willpower. imagine that sun inside your body is firing energy out in every direction. And this is where your leadership comes from, your self-esteem comes from. Remembering that self-esteem is not about how you feel when you're walking down the street. It's about you being the only version of you that has ever been, that is now, and ever will be. So you are there specifically to feed information back into consciousness. So your consciousness and your ability to interact with the universe feeds certain information back into consciousness, which can not do or feel anything itself, it just exists. So if you need to know, well, why should I have self-esteem? You are the only one like you that has ever been and ever will be. So what more reason do you need to have self-esteem? And that self-esteem leads onto leadership. Again, for the self, don't worry about anybody else. Leadership with self, bringing the self into the things that are good for you to be doing. And each of us has a different thing. And then optimism and willpower and generosity. Okay, so this is a really big area. If you can get, those are the 3 body chakras, and we're going to move now on to the heart chakra. And this time we'll have our hands across the heart, or our hand, and then breathing up into the heart and out, and into the heart and out. Empathy with others, love for self and others, forgiveness and compassion. So again, we have green, the green of nature. Whenever you're walking in the trees, put your hands on your heart and breathe into the heart and just send love out to the trees. You can go straight there. You know, this is the advantage of doing meditation every day, is that when you see something green, you can just go, whoa. So that note is also there. We're up to the note of F. Yeah. And that's the note that the heart chakra vibrates at. There, within the Buddhist discipline, there are said to be lotus flowers. It's a 16-petal lotus flower on the heart, and that lotus flower revolves, and that's where this energy is moving. So if you imagine you're breathing in from below to the heart and out, then you should now be feeling energy flowing up the spine from below, and we're now up to the heart area. And this area is what we call the bridge to the divine, the bridge between the lower body chakras and the spiritual chakras above. So and this is the area through which prayers are made and the answers received, sometimes almost instantly. feel that energy flow. Okay, so we're going to move on up. We have blue. Beautiful blue sky today, so we're going to think of this blue color, and you can touch the throat. And it's right round to the back of the neck, so it's right in the center of the throat, between the back and the front of the throat, of the neck. And we breathe in right up from below into the throat and then out from the throat. And this time the words are honesty, justice, decisiveness. So this is the area of choice. Into the throat and out. So this energy now, you can feel it flowing up the spine, to the throat and out. Honesty, justice, decisiveness. So the words honesty and justice, these are what are known as the golden shadow words. There are also the dark shadow words. Now, so we would have honesty, dishonesty, justice, injustice, decisiveness, indecisiveness. But remember, these dark shadow words are every bit as important as the golden shadow. They are there to dive deep into and take light to. So, okay, dishonesty. What part has dishonesty played in my life? And what part has injustice played in my life? When have I been unjust to somebody? And when have I made decisions based on dishonesty or injustice? I'm sure there are some. And this deep diving into that area is very, very important, because you then get to understand honesty and the positive aspects of shining light on dishonesty. Okay, when have I been dishonest? I will not do that again. I will act with honesty and justice, and the decisions I make will be precise and clear. I will become decisive because I am doing everything with honesty and justice. So that's what this is about. Decisiveness. Do I want to be honest, or do I want to be dishonest? Your choice, 100%. Free choice. That's what we have. So breathing in and out, right up into the throat from below. And out. The color is blue, the blue sky. Honesty. Justice. Decisiveness. Okay. So, we're nearly there. We're up to, again, da-doom, the third eye. So let's get that pointy finger pointing at that point. So it's just, if you get between your brows and just up slightly, it's where they have the bindi mark. So again, breathing from below up to there, and then out through the third eye. So fire energy out. So breathe in, and then out through the third eye. Spirituality, transcendence, perception. So by embracing spirituality, you are able to transcend the purely human, and you are able to gain new perception into spiritual matters. So breathing in, out. The color, beautiful beautiful color of indigo. You can sometimes get that when you close your eyes. You can see the patch of indigo. I can see it now. And you can work with that and brighten it and increase the depth. Spirituality. Again, disconnect spirituality from the ego. It's not about being spiritual, it's about being spiritual. And that spirituality leads to transcendence, and that transcendence leads to a brand new perception on life and on spirituality. And it's interesting because the note is A, the chord is actually A minor, 7th, and it's and it's the same as they use in churches all over the world. Just hum it to yourself. Spirituality, transcendence, perception. Feel that energy as you breathe in. Comes up the spine and out through the third eye. Okay. So let's hope this works. Yay! So we have white light. With this particular meditation, the crown chakra, the light is white. Okay? So, again, touch the crown, and if you imagine breathing in from below and fire right up and out through the crown chakra. So breathe in, fire it up and out through the crown into the room, and it then comes round in a vortex and back in as you breathe in. Round and down and in. Okay, and this is the white light of wisdom. So the word for the crown chakra is wisdom. And wisdom is a very, very different thing to knowledge. Keep that breathing going. Just let the words flow over you. So wisdom is not what we learn in university. That's knowledge. Wisdom takes knowledge as a step, a stepping stone. So we have courage, we have love, we have decisiveness, we have spirituality. These are all stepping stones on the pathway towards wisdom. And the great thing about wisdom is it's available to everybody. You don't have to go to university for wisdom. This stuff is there. God-given, universe-given, divine guidance, whatever you want to call it, it's there. So just breathe in and feel the energy up the spine and out and into the room with the white light. And if we were in the same room, we would be sharing this light and firing it out into the room. There'd be a massive amount of energy in the room. Wisdom. Note of B, which in the key of C is a very edgy note. It's going back to I like to do this. If you imagine you're just standing at the edge of a cliff and out in front of you is just a white mist. You know that if you fall forward into that mist, it's going to be just enable you to fly and hold you. So here we go. It's coming back to resolve it. Breathe in. And just let yourself fall forward. Not really, obviously. This is in your imagination. I just realized you might all be falling off your chairs. You go forward into that white light of wisdom. You've got this energy flowing up your spine. You've got all the words, you've got the colours of the chakra, you've got the notes of the chakra. All of these different things come together in this particular meditation. Keep the breath going. And just relax. Take it back to the red. Work back to the root chakra. Just breathe a few more breaths. Just feel that relaxation. And then when you're ready, the invitation is, if your eyes are open, just close your eyes and bring your hands up over your eyes. And then again, when you're ready, the invitation is to open your eyes into the palm of your hands. Keep your palms away from your eyes so you don't scrape your cornea. And then the invitation is, when you're ready, to just bring your hands down onto your lap. And you're back in the room. Hello, here we are. We're back in the room. So, I hope you feel a bit more relaxed, and I hope you can feel that energy flowing. Even though you're relaxed, that chi energy, spiritual energy, should be flowing up your spine now. And so, before I go, I'll just do one more thing. I will do it on the Ho'oponopono. So, if you're interested in that, I'm finding this a very powerful thing, and I think I'll do a guided tour of Ho'oponopono shortly, because I'm finding different ways of using it. So just so you know what it is, it's about taking responsibility for everything in your life. So that person that shouted at you the other day, that's your responsibility. It's your projection. Who knows why they shouted at you? They had things going on in their life, but Ho'oponopono says what you do is clean, and this is how to clean. It is, as you breathe in, you go, I love you. So it's I love you as you breathe in. Obviously you can't say it and breathe in together, so it's I love you. And then you hold your breath, and it's I am sorry. And then as you breathe out, it's please forgive me. And then you hold your breath again, and it's thank you. So you're saying, I love you, I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Now, in the morning I do that with the breathing, and I find it very, very powerful. I do it 9 times, just turning sort of a quarter of a turn with each turn. But what I found is that when I was doing my running, I run up a hill and then walk back down again. And I was running up, obviously you can't think much about other than get me to the top. But as I was walking down, my brain was going, and I suddenly thought, no, wait a minute, stop. Let's do Ho'oponopono. So I literally was going, I love you. Now, I couldn't do the breaths because I'm going, so I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I did that all the way down for 2 minutes, and very, very different experience. And I found that all sorts of things were happening where I would suddenly think of my daughter, you know, and we may have had a row or something like that. And I suddenly thought, you know, and of course you always think it's the other person's fault, but by just taking responsibility back, so powerful. And you know, so humanity's destruction of the trees. I love you to the trees. I am sorry for the destruction. Please forgive me. Thank you. So you are taking on responsibility for humanity's destruction of the trees. And as we are all connected, I guess all of us have a responsibility to the trees and to the water. I go, I love you. I think of all the rivers in Renfrewshire that are almost not destroyed, but they're filthy water. I tried for a long time to swim in clean water, couldn't find any at all. All the beaches down the west, none of them have got excellent quality water. You need to go up to Oban before you get to good quality on the west. So, you know, so I think of the water, I love you. Let's face it, we are 60-75% water. We need to love ourselves, so therefore we need to love the water that flows in us and through us, as does abundance flow in us and through us. So I love you. Please forgive me for desecrating the water. Please forgive me. Yes, I am sorry for desecrating the water. Please forgive me. Thank you. You know, we support the companies that pour the stuff out into the water. So we all have responsibility. So that's Ho'oponopono. That's just a short run through. So thank you so much for being with me. It's been great. And hopefully the next time I do this, I may be in the same room as you. Whoa, that'll be good. So I'll look forward to that. So with that, thank you very much and goodbye for now. Bye-bye.